All right, stand for the pledge.
United States flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one
nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag.
I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Let us pray. Lord, thank you for the blessings we have. We are blessed to live in this country, this great country. Thank you for lifting up those that need help. Lord, watch over our first responders, law enforcement, our military. As always, protect those who serve our country. Remember those in Israel. Empower us to do a good job for our taxpayers. Amen.
Thank you. Okay. Right. The first item on the agenda is public comments. Are there any public comments? Okay, thank you. All right, we are going to skip down to our donations line item because we do have a donation today. And Nancy, do you want to speak to that?
Sure. So we have been blessed with a donation from Carla and her sister Rose for our books for children in our library. So I'll let her.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Some people know me, some people don't. My name is Carla Floor, and this is my sister Jean Rose. We have come today to make a donation to the Hudson County Library in honor and in memory of our loved ones. Jared and Dale Floor, my son, and my husband, and Carl B. Carlin, our dad. They were avid readers, and books are an important part of their life. We felt that the best place to make this donation was the elementary division of Hudson County Libraries, so that the children of Hudson County could learn to love to read just as our loved ones did. Nancy and her outstanding staff of librarians will know just the perfect books to pick out and to put on the shelves. I also would like to thank my sister because she gives so generously to make this donation possible. We know that their legacy will live on through these books. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. And I think you all have a big
Yeah, well,
check.
my granddaughter always is such a good helper.
Oh,
She made a little one. And anyway, Nancy made a big one. But perfect.
we appreciate your $6,000 donation to our library for those children's books. And let's get a picture real quick.
Yes.
Hey,
And my kiddos would have been here, but Joe works for the city and he couldn't get off, and my son Jacob lives in there. So Chris can step in for my voice.
I look better than Joe anyway.
That's right.
But that's not.
Oh, guess what? He'd have on that bright orange shirt.
oh, yeah, he does. Was it not taken?
No, it's dead. It just died.
Let's take this.
Did you get one with your phone?
The phones are better
Okay.
nowadays.
I mean, if you look at it, you can tell Joe I said I look better.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I see you going out walking.
He's on the big old shirt.
Oh.
I think we might move the tables. We might must move the table back around.
Yeah.
Hey, you move the table back.
No, I didn't even mess with them today.
Really?
They are pushed that way.
Yeah, they're tied again.
Blinded me.
Motion to
Yes, okay, at this time, thank you. I need a motion to accept that donation.
Move to approve the donation to Hutchinson County.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Thank you. All right, the next item on the agenda is to consider and or approve the minutes from our previous Commissioners Court meeting.
no corrections or additions to the regular meeting on September 26th, 2023.
Do I have a motion?
I move to approve the minutes from the previous commissioners.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, item 4 is to consider and or approve the county auditor's tabulated report to the Commissioners Court. Alicia, do you have anything?
No.
Okay, and y'all were able to review that? Okay, do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the county auditor's tabulated report as presented.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay, anybody have any questions or anything on the bills? Or do I hear a motion?
I move to pay the bills as presented.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion on the bills or questions? All in favor? All right, item 7, payroll. Consider and or approve payroll.
Yes, total payroll for wages, $617,636.79. The payables were $256,817 and the total for payroll was $874,454.65.
Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion to pay payroll.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. All right, item 8 is to consider and or approve our credit limit on our credit cards. Alicia?
I was wanting to increase the credit limit on one of our Hutchinson County kind of generic cards. We've been using that card to pay for the subscription for the Office 365. And sometimes they will charge a second month before the statement date has gone by so that the new credit limit is set. And so we had one that was denied because it was basically
Over our
2
credit
months.
limit.
Yeah, it was 2 months in one. And so that current credit limit is 5,000. And I would like to raise that up to 8,000, which we have enough remaining credit on our account to do that.
I move
Yeah. Do I hear a motion?
to approve or increase the credit limit from 5,000 to 8,000 on the county credit card.
And it's just on that one card.
Just on that one card, yes.
Okay.
For example.
Right. Second, is there a second?
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, the next item on the agenda is executive session for 551.074 personnel matters and 551.071 consultation with attorney. So those are 2 separate executive sessions, but we're going to cover them all under that one line item. So if everyone will have a seat in the hallway, except for Craig and Joe, and we will do our consultation with attorney first. Thank you. Thanks, Angelica.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we went out at 9:43 and back in at 9:55. And we're gonna do the second part of that executive session later when another individual can join us. So we'll have another in and out time.
Was that one for the
Personnel.
Okay.
Mhm. And no action at this time. So we're on item 11, which is to consider and or approve renewal for an additional 5 years with the Avenue Enterprise Solutions.
Yes, okay, so that was already approved in July 24th, I believe.
Yeah.
In Commissioner's Court for the 5-year renewal. There was some verbiage that was left off that we just caught for our 2020 Commissioner's Court module. It doesn't increase the price or anything. So an amendment to this 5-year agreement has been added, and it also includes our records archive project. Not to exceed $30,000, which has also been approved and in the budget. So Craig has also reviewed it. He just found a small error in the verbiage on the A1 scope of work. It has a not to exceed $30,000, but then their last sentence says to exceed. So I think it's just a typo. I've already emailed them to get it fixed. So, yes, perfect.
Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the changes to the 5-year agreement with Avenue Enterprise Solutions.
And I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, item 12 is to consider and or approve cell phone allowance for Rochelle Olias, extension agent, $50, is that right?
Yes, $50, effective date of each day on 2023.
Hey, do I hear a motion?
It was in her budget.
It's in our budget.
Yeah.
So moved.
I'll make a motion. We approve herself.
Chris already made the motion.
Oh,
Want a second?
sorry, I didn't hear that. I'll second.
All right, motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, item 13 is to consider and or approve adding a reserve deputy to Constable Precinct 2.
Hello,
Good morning.
good morning.
So I'm just asking to add a reserve, to my office, just to help me out with things like last week. I was gone for training all week. I had 3 papers coming from the JP's office. I have 2 stacks of folders of papers that need to be served already, just for me being gone that 1 week. So, in the local government code, under section 86.012, it says, that under reserve deputy constables, the Commissioner Court of a county may authorize a constable of the county to appoint reserve deputy constables. The Commissioner Court may limit the number of reserve deputy constables that a constable may appoint. And it kind of goes on.
There's no actual financial compensation with this.
And they'll be driving.
Not with our reserve.
vehicle and their own equipment.
Yeah, so like say last week I was gone, I had to take my vehicle down there. So if they had to come in bailiff court or something, they would have to drive themselves to that. The only reason that they would ever use my vehicle would be under my direct supervision. So that wouldn't be.
We'd have to put them on the insurance.
Yeah, the reserves are usually just carried as volunteers kind of, but
And they carry their own bond as well. So I don't have to pay their bond. They just basically are there to help me out and to document my stuff in my computer system like I would. And to help just with my court, because I don't I don't like the fact of me putting it off on the sheriff's office to have to do the duties that, you know, my GP has for my office. It would just be more directly under my office.
They're paying pretty much all their expenses then. They're paying all their expenses themselves. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty
But you
much.
carry their commission,
Yeah.
right? That's
Carry
part
the
of it.
Commission. The only thing that I probably would provide is like a uniform.
Yeah.
Or like a uniform shirt with my patches on it, and that would probably be it, but that would be turned back into my office.
Would they be qualified to do all the document work in your office?
Yes, I'd have to put them through the training, which would be a basic civil process unless they already have it, like, who I'm thinking about putting on is Jessica Kay, under my office, and I don't know if she has that yet, but, I know she has the bailiff thing, I believe. And then I would just have to put her through a civil process just to make sure that she has it.
I'm going to ask Lisa this. What about insurance? I mean, would they have to be listed on the county insurance if
No,
but if something goes wrong? or
that's what the bond.
We
is
have
for.
general liability insurance that would cover,
Yeah, they've got them.
they wouldn't be able to file workman's comp, I'm assuming, because they would be.
Right.
Or do you?
No, we don't do anything with
The reserves.
the reserves at all, but if she's already an employee for Hutchinson County, she just would not be able to do the off duty. She would have to make sure she was off duty when it.
When she's working
She's
as a reserve.
so
I know. You don't want to use the sheriff's department, but you're using the sheriff's department employee.
But it would be off,
Not on their time.
it's not on their
And
time.
she's off.
Yeah, no, she wouldn't do it on her time. It would be everything off duty. And it's just like the sheriff's office has reserve deputies. It's just with mine, I don't think that there's ever been a reserve deputy position established for my office like there is with the sheriff's office. And then I think
The other constable.
the other
has had
constable
one for
does have
years.
reserve deputies
Yeah.
as well. It just has to get approved that I can't carry reserves.
Do we still carry them?
Do we
The other office?
get any documentation from reserves as to when they were, when they are working in for the sheriff's department or
I have no documentation on who is a reserve.
that just?
Yes, that's all there.
Yeah, it's just up to the department.
Any questions for Angelica, or do I hear a motion?
Back to Ben's question about the insurance. They were.
Well, I'm not talking about health rate. I'm talking about just liability.
Right.
In
if
case
were-
they are on the job and something goes wrong or somebody gets
So-
hurt or
Under-
something, they look to me like they need to be listed for liability purposes in case
I'm not-
something happens.
Right, I'm not sure under that, but I know, under, the bond like that I have for myself in the sheriff's office, and we all have to carry bonds. That will cover just in case anything does happen, that we're covered under our bonds. It says, except as provided in subsection C1, a reserve deputy constable must take an official oath and execute a bond in the amount of 2,000 payable to the constable. The oath and bond must be filed with the county clerk of the county in which the appointment is made, except as provided in subsection C2. The oath and bond must be given before the reserve deputy constable entry on duty and simultaneously with the officer. So if a constable appoints more than one reserve deputy, it just says that I can blanket surety bond over them to come out. Deputy constables.
I think Palin's a reserve for the sheriff's department.
That's correct.
I don't have a problem with this at all. It's just to make sure that we don't need to do anything else.
Yeah, and I can ask Laura how they do it over there, but I mean, from what I understand, the bonds should cover if that puts them in a bind. That's why they have to cover their.
Hey, any other questions for Angelica, or do I hear a motion?
I move to add a reserve deputy to Constable 2 Precinct Department.
Do you want to limit that, or do you want to just leave it open? Because I know it says that you can limit it. I just wanted to let you
limit it to,
limit as hours?
It says, no, that limit.
Oh,
the number
position
of-
numbers?
Yeah, and I only have 4 radios, so I can't even get any more. So
Well, I think one
yeah, one will be fine. One.
at this time. Okay, we have a motion. Do I hear a second and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay, all right, thank you, Angelica.
Thanks so much.
All right, item 14 is to consider and or approve the 23-24 district attorney contract with Panhandle Auto Burglary Theft Unit. This is just, I think they have this contract every year. They have it, Hansford, us. It's a grant project. And they just need the resolution thing. You all saw it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the 2023-24 district attorney contract with Panhandle Auto Burglary Theft Unit.
Motion and second, any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. All right, item 15, consider and or approve the 2024 Indigent Defense Grant Program resolution. So we have to update this resolution every year. There's some other things we do in the computer system. And then we send it all to, send it all in, and then they tell us how much money we're getting for indigent defense, which, as you all know, is not ever enough to cover it, but we'll take what we can get. So do I hear a motion? I'm sorry.
I move to approve the 2024 Indigent Defense Grant Program Resolution.
Is there a second? Okay, motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, item 16 is to consider and or approve the utility crossing for XIT Communications in the Beverly Hills area.
This permit's kind of different than the rest because it's gonna cover the whole area. And
Right, it's big. Yeah,
XIT James Stroud is here today to answer any questions if y'all might have. But they want to do things the right way. Some utility companies come in and just do what they want. And so this is just to cover the Beverly Hills edition. That's the next area that they're wanting to work on, but they're going to be doing several utility works in Fritch in different areas. So what he's done, he's provided us with a like a blanket permit. And Craig has it, going to look it over and see if we can do something like that they use in Dallam and some other counties.
okay.
But this is just to get this project cleared so that they have permission to go ahead and go along with it for the, y'all got the maps and everything they said James in.
Yes,
Okay. Well, that's all this is for, just for the Beverly Hills edition, but later on there will be one, so they don't have to keep coming back and coming back and coming back.
right.
This is one project.
This is one project just for the Beverly Hills edition.
I noticed in the past, I think we've only done it once or twice. I didn't see $1,000 fee for the permit.
Yeah, what it is, that $1,000 fee is for like cross-country pipelines.
Oh,
When
okay.
they did that, local utility companies and public utility companies and local farmers are exempt, were exempt from that, or y'all can't exempt them from that.
Right.
The only time we've ever applied the $1,000, like if they're coming through here from Denver to Houston with the pipeline and they come through and put it in and then they're gone. We never see them again.
Yeah.
That's why they implemented
Oh,
that
okay.
charge to pay for any damages that might happen down the road, and they're not around.
And they're gone.
They're gone, yeah.
Where's the policy for that? I've never seen anything. I've never seen any policy on damages or how we charge or nothing.
Yeah, I don't know that this new deal right here, when we started going to this phase, drew this up but it's just the way we did it. I've never seen it done.
If they do tear something up, I know it's stated in.
I'm sure this has been approved, what was charged at some time, but I've never seen.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know that either, but I can look at the background on that.
since this is gonna be a extensive project, I know they'll be boring under the roads and
Yeah, they were gonna do as much boring as
Yeah.
possible, but. that's
But if
a very
there
rocky
is any-
area out there.
if there's any pipelines accidentally cut or cables cut, I know we're not liable because it shows in this that we're not liable, but who's gonna fix that.
Well, I'm sure they will, won't they?
But it's not stated in the,
They were asking about during the boring process or the road crossing process, that if y'all tore up anybody else's.
We either hire
Contract crew.
we fix it back to their satisfaction. If there's anything that's damaged, that's the way it's always done. Like I say, you have to have a licensed plumber, then we have to do that. If it's a pipeline like gas or something like that, we'll do that as well.
The only word that Craig probably needs to look at in these is just to make sure the county's held harmless. And as long as he's okay with that, I'm fine with it. And but the county needs to be released from all liability on anything. I'm sure that wording is in there, but I didn't read that.
Yeah, that's number 3.
I saw number 3.
Shall not be liable for any damages that
No.
any person, firm, or corporation suffers.
Yeah, as long as we're held harmless, I have no problem.
Yeah, this is just our first road. We've got our main cable all the way through to Amarillo. It goes all the way through to Hoover, all the way through. Building out some right now, and probably be rich next, getting pretty engineered. And we'll probably back to Sunday after that, build it out.
Cool.
All right, any other questions for Dwayne, or do I hear a motion?
Move to approve the crossing for the XIT Communications Beverly Hills.
No, second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Dwayne, you want to sign this while you're here?
Thank you. I have the original one there if you wanted that.
Oh.
One. I didn't know which one you wanted to use, but this is fine.
There's several parties. If y'all have any questions
Oh,
on
okay.
anything on the area, I'm responsible for
Oh,
everything out in the field, so.
Yeah. You want to sign this while you're here?
Sure.
Here's your info.
I just need one.
I didn't know you were working for them. Have you always worked for them?
No,
Oh,
about 2 years
That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say,
after I retired. from
after you
Dallas.
retired from the city, okay. I did not know that. How's Robin doing?
She has got this retirement thing down.
She's got it.
Work.
He hits a lot of casinos.
You don't want- Hey, Jerry, put your phone number on there.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
It's-
Too.
Oh, well, I could have printed your name.
Yeah. I'm the only one working in my house.
Thanks, we'll email you. a copy.
Yeah, if y'all have any
Dwayne will
questions.
get you a copy. Yeah.
Like I said, we are building out Sunray right now, and plants are engineered, and Fridge is next. And then we'll probably come back and do Stinnett. It hasn't been engineered yet,
Right.
so we'll be working on that.
Okay, thank you, James.
Thank y'all.
Good to see
Thank you.
All I've been doing.
All right.
Let me know if you need anything.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good day.
Is Kirk on by any chance? Look at participants. No, not yet. Okay, will you leave it up like that so I can? Okay, item 17 is to consider and or approve any ARP grant projects. I didn't have any for this time, but we do need to speak on the ARP budget.
Yes. We have several, projects that are still open. I just needed to know if we want to, if they need to be rolled over to the next year or if they're complete. I kind of reached out with everyone who was involved. So I think the squad cars, we've got one more invoice to pay out of that, and then any unused portion can be put back into the balance to be used.
For this year,
Right.
or 24.
We're going to have to roll over. And this is just talking about POs that are 23 POs that we're gonna have to cancel and reissue as 24. One is for the courthouse roof repair. It will be paid next time.
I haven't heard anything, so I guess you're
You've
gonna
got-
roll it over.
Well, you've got the invoice. They emailed us the closing documents.
I never saw those. I didn't get those. You must have got it.
They emailed you too, but It was a link that you had, it was kind of weird to get to them. So, but I've got them and if you'll come by my office, I'll get you a copy of them.
I missed that. I didn't see them.
And so we'll roll that over and hopefully get it paid next time. The 3/16 court bench update, they have been picked up, so we'll have to roll that over so that we can pay it when it's done. The only one I didn't know about was the JP2 bulletproof.
I think they started work on it, didn't they?
They did. I talked to them down there. They're doing the juvenile first. Which is a smaller project, and then they're already working on the JP's office,
Okay. So
but they had to wait on materials.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about that.
I'll roll that over to 24. United Way has got 116,188.12 left over that we will roll over to 2024. We'll do the juvenile probation bulletproof. The road and bridge radios. Yes, we'll roll those over. Angelica, what about your Spillman software?
It's already installed.
It's installed. Do you have a invoice or anything for that?
Just the contract that we signed.
We'll have to, you might reach out to them and see if they have an invoice, because we'll need an invoice to be able to pay it. But I'll go ahead and roll that over as a 2024. And then the emergency siren upgrade, we'll have to roll that over. And then the jacks, they're still waiting to be shipped, so we will have to roll those over as well. This was actually from 2022, the penthouse windows. We did 13,000 for the penthouse windows, but I know that vendor fell
We talked
through.
about that quite a while ago. That needed to be canceled because that didn't work out with that contractor. We'll do them, but it'll have to be redone from scratch.
Okay.
Cool.
We'll cancel that.
They should have been taken off last year.
And then the COVID-19 supplies. I believe that the jail still needs to use that for gloves and stuff for they didn't include it in their budget. They have $5,997 left of that 10,000 that you assigned. So I was just gonna roll over that 5,997.
Sounds good.
And Craig, I have a question for you on the Spillman. We paid what we said we were going to. Have you heard anything from them whether they were gonna accept? Because the last statement they were still showing we owed 34,000. Do we just not need to worry about that? Just cancel it?
No,
Okay.
wait till they come back and send us something else.
Okay, then I will finish out that PO. So without all the rollovers, we're gonna have $965,000, $675 left of ARP funds and the LATCF funds. And I just wanted to know if y'all wanted to apply that, how we kind of had. And for last year, a certain amount of it went to facilities, certain amount of it went for security, certain amount of it for technology, and we kind of used that as a basis. If that's something.
We applied percentages to those things, like percentages of the balance.
Yes.
Well, we're getting down to the end of this and
We have to have it all spent by 24 or
We
26.
have to have it all
Allocated.
We have to have it encumbered by December 31st of 24.
They're still saying though, that since we've said it as lost revenue.
It's
already
allocated.
Allocated,
Mhm.
and so we can use it.
Well, I think we double checked and they were
That's
recanting that.
I thought I read
so
that.
does
too.
that mean we only have to have it spent by 26 or does it still?
Allocated.
Have it allocated by
Encumbered to a
24.
Project by 24, spent by the end of 26.
That's still the rule.
Ours, I know.
I think that's the way I
Did we check
understand.
with NACO? Because I mentioned that at the conference and they still acted like that.
I think they have gone back and forth on that.
Won't you check into that?
Yeah, if you can look into it and get me something that says different, then I would be
Yeah,
glad
I don't
to
know.
use that.
But as far as what's allocated to, and we're getting closer to the end of this and this is gonna be a priority project. So whatever's priority was where it needs to.
So can you take that balance and apply the percentages
Uh-huh.
from last year to it?
I've kind of done that, and so we used 60% of it last, or this 23-24. I mean, sorry, 22-23. We used 60% for facility upgrades or repairs. We used 10% for securities. We used 25% for technology. And then the rest was just kind of put into miscellaneous. And so I've kind of worked up a budget that would give us about $547,000 for facility, 91,000 for security, about 220, and these are rounding numbers.
Mhm.
I'll give you the more accurate if you would like them. 228,000 for technology, 45,000 in miscellaneous, and then we'll have 52,699 left of the LATCF funds.
400,000 miscellaneous, you said
45,000, sorry.
45.
45,000.
Where would a fuel truck for the airport come in?
And that would be considered a capital asset. And so we would have to move something from somewhere else to put into capital assets. Which is what we've kind of done. If it didn't fit into one of these, we've just kind of done an amendment from facilities and moved it. I just kind of wanted to get something on the books to show where we wanted to spend it.
Is everybody good with those percentage allocations again?
I think those are flexible. But
Yeah,
that's,
And I just emailed all this to you this morning. I realized this morning that I forgot to include it.
yeah, I got it. I just forgot to bring it in here with
Yeah.
me.
I was,
Thank you. Okay, I probably need a motion then to accept that kind of,
worked.
yeah, the budgeting that Lisa's kind of set out for us.
So I moved to approve the rollover. Is that called?
Yeah, the rollover project
Rollover project still pending or open,
plus the budget,
plus,
the 24,
Yes.
23, 24 kind
And
of
the-
proposed budget for ARP. Is
yes.
that good?
And I usually call it more of a plan.
Yeah, because I was about to say,
Right.
we don't stick to it, but I
Right.
guess I'll approve it.
Yeah. I
Right.
usually call it
Plan is
Yeah, we won't stick to it.
Plan, yeah.
Yeah.
At least we have a
Because it
And
is
an
a
approved plan.
So it doesn't have to have
a
set
step budget.
Yeah,
And so.
Okay, I have a
I
motion.
need to
Do I-
clarify that, Miss Kelly.
I got it.
Is there a second? Okay, motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
And once I get, and the budget will include the rollovers as well. I've got to add those in so it covers those. But once I get all that finished, I will send you all a final copy.
Okay, great. All right, 18 is to consider and or approve the burn ban or rescind the burn ban. Oh, gosh. Jerry had to go to the doctor today and I forgot to look at the drought index, but I'm guessing we're still okay. Let me see if I can pull it up. $329, you got it? Okay. All right, so we're still under that threshold, so I'd say no change at this time on that. Item 19 is to consider and or approve disposal of obsolete office equipment. I do not believe I got anything. Item 20 is to accept certificates of completion from elected or appointed officials.
I did not have any, but it looks like Angelica has one,
I did
or Constable
complete
Harper.
40 hours of continuing education last week.
Awesome, thank you.
So we have Constable Hartraft, continuing education for constables, October 2nd through the 6th, 2023, successfully completed 4-hour course. That's all I have.
All right, item 21 is to consider and or approve request for use of the club rooms at the Border Library or Fritz.
I have three. I have a family gathering for November 25th. A birthday party for November 18th. And I guess just a meeting, training basically for medical, November 14th and the 27th.
Okay, do I hear a motion to accept those?
I'll make a motion to accept them.
I'll second it. Oh, I forgot. I'm the one that could vote. So,
Yeah, you.
sorry.
And second, any
I
further
was like,
discussion?
I was waiting also like.
All in favor? All right. All right, item 22, consider and or approve line item changes, transfers and or budget amendments.
We have two, since we're at the split of the year. We've got one for the 22-23 budget year. This is to amend, one of the amendment is to move the interest income earned in the ARP fund into the general fund. $138,935,000. Another amendment is to amend the maintenance and equipment for courthouse for the recoverable depreciation on the hail claim for the courthouse and the jail. Another amendment is to the archive special revenue fund to move some, to add some money into the county clerk records for an increased expenditure that the county. And then the last amendment is to amend the road and bridge material for reimbursement that they received from Carson County for work that they had done. Offset the expense of supplies. And then we had several line item transfers.
Okay.
I don't know if you wanted to do them separately or all together.
Well, let's just do them all together.
And then we have the one for the new budget year 23-24. We had to amend the budget due to the receipt of insurance proceeds for and I did not change the description on that, sorry. It was for the hail damage on the Constable 2's car. We received the insurance proceeds so that she can get her car fixed this budget year. We also did an amendment for the county attorney's state supplement that he receives. And then we did one for the, we had to correct an amount in the juvenile state. So we corrected that to what reflected on the state budget.
The jail. The jail.
I'm about.
Oh.
Oh, okay. And then we have a line item transfer for the from the contingency fund for 23-24. This was based off of the approval of paying the compensation or the comp time for the jailers who have been doing the hospital. We weren't able to put that into the 22-23 budget because they had already ran payroll. And so we will have to pay it out of the 23-24 budget, but we were able to, we will have to move it from contingency to cover that.
Okay. Any questions? Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion.
Go ahead.
Make a motion to approve the line item changes, transfers and budget amendments as presented.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. Item 23 is to consider and or approve advertising, opening or accepting or awarding bids.
And I don't have any.
We don't have any. And then item 24 is to consider and or approve donations. And we already accepted the donation from Carla and her sister for the library. Are there any other donations out there? No? Okay. Item 25, consider and or approve reports from elected or appointed officials as required by statute.
September twenty twenty-three reports were submitted by Kelly Ratliff, County Clerk, Tammy McBrayer, District Clerk, Leslie Ford, Justice of the Peace, Precinct 1, Amanda Wassong, Justice of the Peace, Precinct 2. We had Diane Hicks submitted twenty twenty-three September end of year fiscal financials. Amy Batt, County Treasurer, submitted September twenty twenty-three financial report with a tax pool rate as of October 3rd, 2023 of 5.3085%. And then we had Dwayne Chisholm, Road Superintendent, submitted written reports for September 25th, 2023 to October 8th, 2023. And that's it.
Okay, do I hear a motion to accept those?
I move to accept the reports as presented from the elected and or appointed officials.
I'll second it.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Item 26, discussion of county judges and commissioners precinct daily operations.
Like we talked about, they're putting in the bulletproof walls and glass in the juvenile, and they don't need the walls there because we have cinder block already. So that's a small project, just the window and the slide through and the speaker for the, you talk to them. And then the JP's office is a little bit more complicated. It's got a wall, a door, button to open the door, and it's a lot. There's a lot more to it, and the window. But they're already started on that. I haven't checked on them. I'll check on them today.
Anyone else got anything?
The museum, they got the AC, the HVAC unit that we pulled out of contingency. They got that installed 2 weeks ago. At the library, decided to put some ladders out of building maintenance. I mentioned that a couple of weeks ago, or the last meeting, we decided to put some ladders on there to help move, because there's 8 different sections up there just to make accessible up there. They got those finished 2 weeks ago as well. And we're gonna walk it this week because the manufacturer had a couple of things on the tick list that they wanted done just to get the manufacturer warranty, and they finished those up. But I was out of town last week to walk it, so we'll walk it this week and get final eyes on it to make sure everything's where it needs to be.
Anything going, Ben?
Okay.
One other thing going on at the museum is the quilt show. It's going on. So if you have a chance, stop by there and look at all the quilts there. I've stopped in and they look pretty amazing. I think that's going through November the 7th. So everybody stop by the museum. Yeah. And do we need to talk about those proceeds from the car, or, because we don't normally, we just put those in the budget, right? As repairs, for repairs, or,
So.
I know
the
we were kind of
total
going back and
car-
forth on that.
Yeah, the total car, I didn't know if, usually whenever we get proceeds to do repairs, we just amend the budget, put that money into their repair line item so that they can get the repairs done. Well, this is a total vehicle that they're taking the vehicle, so will that money still go into the, I guess, the squad car line so that they can replace the squad car they've got total?
That's what I would say.
That's what I think.
Okay,
So I was going back and forth since it was a offset whether or not.
right.
Anything different.
We're gonna have to start tearing down the old airport house.
Oh, yes, I wondered about that.
Yeah, well, Dwayne and I have talked about.
Yeah.
What do I need to do? I mean, we're gonna have to use the insurance money.
Right now,
Cover
it
that.
is being held in a deferred revenue, so if you're gonna start using it this year, then I can move that into the revenue and amend the budget for the maintenance. And
Okay, we need to do that because we'll have to pay for getting rid of the material.
Right.
I guess the rest of it just go on the county. I don't know.
Or you haul it off.
Yeah, we'll have to. Wherever we have to, the city of
Where
Board.
do we haul that stuff off to, Dwayne? Do you know?
I'm not sure, that stuff might have to go to Pampa. There's a chance that it might
Right.
have to, a lot of debris like that. I'll talk to the city and see what they can do to help.
The last
Okay.
burned facility we did a few months ago, we had to take it to Bushland.
Oh,
Pampa wasn't taking any of it.
huh.
I bet you're right.
Huh,
So it costs a little bit more for
Okay.
travel, but Bush,
Well, I'd check and see if the transfer station would take it. I have to worry about it. Might have to pay them something, but we'll pay for that through the insurance. company.
Even if they furnish their dumpsters for it, then they will let us load the dumpsters and all of them. We have
Mhm.
something like that, we'll check into it.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Have the trucks, all of that really, so you always just get those dumpsters. from the
Right.
city and they pick them up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you might check into that. Thank you.
Anything else on that line item? Okay, at this time, we're going to go back into executive session. Consultation with attorney. Which is code 551.071. So we'll go back in at 10:37. Gosh.
There you go.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Again, as usual. Yeah. Always,
Appreciate
always. We'll get this done one way or the other.
See ya.
Come here, brother.
Hey, Craig.
How are you, sir?
Very good.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
It's just make it big. Yeah, yeah, there we go. Did Chris tell Kelly?
Yeah.
Are we live?
I just need one more project.
But in at 10:55. Okay, no action from executive session. Here, y'all want to sign this? All right, item 27 is to consider and or approve the sale of struck off tax properties. We have one, which is a counter offer for $150 has been made by Chris Prock for the property at Clemens, lots 18 through 20. So 3 lots, correct? 18, 19, 20? Yeah, okay. For $150. They were appraised at 350. Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the counter offer for $150 for the 3 lots.
Is there a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Did you abstain? Yeah. I'm sorry, I was not paying attention. Yeah, sorry. All right. And I think that's the only one we have. So do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion and second, any discussion? All in favor? Okay, meeting adjourned.